Let me be honest here. If you don't have a website in 2026, you're not really doing anything wrong, but you're making things a lot harder for yourself. I see a lot of people putting everything onto Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. That's all okay, but the problem is none of that is actually yours. I'm Rehan, and in this video, I just want to explain why having your own website still matters in 2026 and how you can make one without overthinking it or spending any money at all. Social media is great. I use it as well. You've probably noticed this already, but some days your stuff does well, some days the stuff doesn't. And you have no idea why. This is because of the algorithm which pushes stuff to the users. The platform decides who sees your stuff when. A website is different. It's just there. It doesn't fight for attention, it waits for the right people to see your website. People who want to see you as you, not just as somebody who's on social media. In 2026, when somebody wants to take you seriously, a recruiter, a client, even an AI tool, the first thing they do is search your name. A website isn't about being fancy, it's just one place where everything about you just makes sense. Instead of saying, check my Instagram, but then my GitHub, then my Google Drive link, you should just send one link, which is the link of your website, which has all of the links in it. Or it could be just about you. For example, my website. Hi, I'm Rehan Singh. This is some text about me. These are some of the projects I've done. These are my contact details. And these are the achievements which I've completed till now. This is just beta. I made most of this using AI itself. AI is so advanced that you can just build something like this in 15 minutes. Even a simple one page website really puts you ahead of other people. A lot of people don't build a website because they think it's complicated, but in reality, it's not complicated at all. This is the easiest free way I know that still works in 2026 to create a website and host it on a link like rehansingh.in but using GitHub's domain. First, you have to go to github.com and create a GitHub account. Over there, you have to create a new repository. So, when you log in, this is what your dashboard will look like. You won't have any of these because these are some projects I have worked on. You would have something like create your first repository. What a repository is a place where you store your code. Alright, in order to create a repository, you just have to click this new button and it'll take you to this. This is your domain, this is your account name, and you just have to enter a name. For example, I want to make something called simple site, and the site is available, the repository name is available. I can write a site that is about me, right? Since we're gonna make a site about myself, we don't have to add a getting no since we're not using anything. We don't need any of this. Forget about this. But this visibility has to be public. Create repository. So if you don't want to download anything on your computer, you can use a GitHub code space. So over here, I'll be using a GitHub code space. I want to create a new code space so that I can code in GitHub online itself. It'll create some random name as a domain, right? It'll set up a remote connection to the code space. So this looks very similar to a IDE like VS Code. Now, let's say you have no idea about how to make a website. You can just create a file called index.html, which is a landing page for all websites. Let's say you don't know any code. You can generate the code, and let's say you can send this to the AI agent. So, for example, I wanted to make a basic website about me with 5 HTML files, one CSS file, and one JS file. As you can see, it has finished. Alright, so we have one about page which has some basic code. Hi, I'm this. So you have to write about yourself in these. You can tell the AI exactly what text to write, or tell it to summarize some stuff about you from using your pages. It can add links to your pages, etc. If you want to see your page, there are some simple steps which you have to follow. First, you have to go to source control. Since it is on GitHub Codespace, you would have to easily just write the change. Right now, this is our first thing that we're adding, so we can call it init, which is short form for initial. There's no stage changes to commit. Uh, Commit them directly. Click on commit. Then you can click sync changes, and it's done. So since that's done, now if you want to check out our website, we can go back to GitHub by writing github.com. I've created this thing called simple site. So I have to click on that. Let's say I want to host this so I can view it on a link. I have to click on settings, pages, then it'll be deployed from branch, none. You have to change that to main from your root folder, obviously, and click save. Right? If you have a custom domain which you have to buy from GoDaddy or another domain seller, then you would have to buy it, and there's a custom process for that. I will make another video on that soon, so I'll add that to the description later. Anyways, so we have it hosted on GitHub pages, right? So you have to wait for a bit till it comes. So it says GitHub pages source saved. Now if we refresh, it says it's live. So if we go here, this is a basic site that it made. Let's say I want the color scheme to be different, I want it to look better, or I want to add a logo, etc. I can just paste that into here and tell the AI what to do, and it's done. For example, my name is Rehan Singh. Update it. Enter. So when we start, we're always over here, right? So it made the changes. Now we have to update it on GitHub. So first we have to go to the side and click on this source control button, or we can use the shortcut Control Shift and G. Now over here, what did we change? Our name. So we can write name as a change. And since we want to commit it, which means send it to GitHub, we have to do that, and sync, which means make sure it's the same. Now we've synced it, and now we have to wait. It was deployed 6 minutes ago, and if we click on this link, it'll take us here, which is where the changes will come. As you can see, it's updated over here, right? So name is active. We can go to this link and it'll open up something similar to this. Right over here, you can go to home or about or projects or resume or contact. If you want to edit any of these details on your own, you can go to this uh, code space, click on the HTML file which you want. Index.html is your home page, of course. So let's say you want to change the text here. The text will always be in between two tags. You can change it, or you can just tell AI to change it. It's that simple. Everything is here. All of the information here is fake, so we have to fix the information. Other than that, you're done. Once you make your website perfect for your needs and wants, you can go one step further by buying a domain on a website like godaddy.com. Over here, you can log in, obviously. You can search your name, for example, Rehan Singh, right? Usually, we don't put a space in a domain, right? So, right here, rehansingh.com is available because I use rehansingh.in. If you want, you can go check out my website with rehansing.in, obviously, and some of the projects I've worked on. So here you go. So you can buy a domain from GoDaddy, and you can go through the countless YouTube tutorials where to link your website from GoDaddy to GitHub pages. It's a very small thing, but it makes a big difference. When you have a domain, people take you more seriously. One thing that's changed a lot recently is how AI works as a whole. AI doesn't really scroll Instagram, it reads websites. So when tools, recruiters, systems look you up, your website is your first impression, whether you planned it or not. So your website is you online. If this video helped you out, you can like the video. It really helps the channel. Subscribe to Rehan Singh 01 if you want more simple, practical tech content. And if you want a full step-by-step build in the next video, just comment website and I will for sure make a step-by-step guide on how to learn basic HTML, basic CSS and basic JavaScript. Thanks for watching.